Hey, are you an Apple Macintosh operating system user? If you are, in this video I'm going to show you how to install and use Google Gemini Artificial Intelligence Apple Macintosh desktop application. Your dream has come true. You can use Google Gemini on your Apple Macintosh. Alright? First thing is that you'll need Apple Macintosh operating system version 13, the number 13, Ventura or newer. Okay, I cannot demonstrate because I don't use Apple Macintosh hardware, therefore I do not use Apple Macintosh operating system. But I do support them. I have supported them, so I actually know how they function. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So what the second step is you'll want to browse to Gemini.google/Mac. That's a pretty simple uniform resource locator that is highlighted on screen that you could type in the search bar of your preferred web browser on an Apple Macintosh computer with Apple Macintosh operating system Ventura 13 or newer. And then you'll see this page. Now this could change in the future. There are multiple download links if you notice. Download for Mac. You could click on that. Download at the upper right hand corner. You could click on that. Even if you browse down further, I believe there's another download link right there. Okay, anyways. So what you're going to do is you're going to download it from this page, and it's going to download the Google Gemini.dmg file, which is an acronym that stands for disk image. It's just an image file, and that's how you install software on Apple Macintosh operating system computers. You could double click, and I believe you could right click the DMG. Most people just double click and then wait for it to open, and it should have a installation window, and then follow the prompts, follow instructions, or if it, you know what I'm saying, and then just carry on until it finishes installation. Okay? Oh, here's a tip. You have to have Ventura operating system, which is Apple Macintosh operating system number 13. You might want to go ahead and install any Apple Macintosh updates that are available first, or you could wait until after the fact. You know what I'm saying? All right? Because you don't know what the Google Gemini software, it may need some dependencies. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And you might want to close all other applications running, and you might want to just restart the Apple Macintosh operating system. I mean, okay, not to go into a technical diatribe. All right, so once you've installed the software, then there are multiple ways that you can actually open the software. Okay, I already went over installing the image, and which will install software. Okay, downloading. Now you can access Google Gemini from any screen on your desktop. I'm assuming what they mean is by the Apple Macintosh operating system Ventura 13 or newer desktop. Okay, now you can share your window whenever you need help. And here there are 3 ways that I know of how to open Google Gemini now once you install it. The first one is so if you're not familiar, Apple Macintosh computers, they have shortcuts which they call, well, they're just shortcuts, but they use the Option key and other keys. The first one is Option plus space. This is right after you install it, okay? Which will open up a miniature chat option. It'll open up Google Gemini in a miniature form, a smaller window, I'm assuming. Okay. Now the second way is Option plus Shift plus chat. Excuse me, Option plus Shift plus space. That one will open up Google Gemini in a full screen window. The chat window will be full sized. Now you can change both of those shortcuts if you don't like them. All you would do is on Apple Macintosh operating system is go into the settings and look for shortcuts, and then you can actually customize those too. But when Google Gemini software is installed, it automatically creates those 2 shortcuts by default, but you can change them, okay? Now another way you can open up Google Gemini now that you have it installed successfully is by the menu bar, as above so below. No, I won't mention what that is referred to, a certain kind of fraternity that I do not advocate for and I do not actually like. But as above, so below. Above, you look for the Google Gemini icon in the menu bar above, or below, look for the Google Gemini icon in the dock. Yeah, the big dock is that big menu at the bottom, and it has all these icons. That's what the dock, that's what they call it, the dock, and then at the top is just the menu bar. So that's 3 different ways to open up Google Gemini. Now remember, you can open it from the desktop whenever you need it. You can open it, and then I'll get into a little bit both here. And then I will show you some images, some screen capture images of what it looks like on Apple Macintosh operating system number 13 Ventura or newer. You know what I'm saying? But I don't use that operating. I have used it. I can support Apple Macintosh users, but I kind of retired from that kind of work. But I know how to use Apple Macintosh computers. Okay. All right. Okay. You can receive contextual help. What that means is that whenever you need Google Gemini help, you can open it and it will detect and it will analyze what you're working on, and then you can ask it questions. You can enter in prompts, and it will know, right? It can detect and it can analyze what you're working on. Hence the word context, in context. All right. Now you can create audio, images, and video with a click. Click, 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 click. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so that's it. I mean, it's pretty basic to download it and install it and then open it and then use it. Okay, so here's some images. Here's their logo, but yeah, it says help when you need it, where you need it, why do you need it. Yep. You can share your window to receive instant help in context predicated upon what you're looking at. And then this is just a image of, I already went over the shortcuts, the 2 default shortcuts that you can actually customize yourself, but you have to go into settings on the Apple Macintosh operating system. Okay, here's an example of receiving help. Oh, that's an example of sharing. So you're going to share Google Chrome and then YouTube. You know what I'm saying? All right, you can share a window. So there's a pop-up menu. It looks like you've got files, drive, photografias, notebook, LM. I'm not sure what. That's the 8-minute mark. You can create an image, create a video, create music, and there's more tools. I don't know what the other tools are. You know what I'm saying? All right, so you can receive help in context at any time. You can receive answers predicated upon what you're working on, whether you're working on a document, a programming code, and data that's shared in your window. So you can open it at any time that you would need it. You don't always have to have it open, and you don't have to open it first, like some old legacy software. Sometimes you had to. Just at any time you open it. And then you can close it when you do not need it. But some people may close it permanently forever. There's always that option too. That was kind of a joke, but you know what I'm saying. Okay, creativity for your desktop. Yep, you can create an image with the Nano Banana. Now they don't mention Nano Banana 2. Nano Banana 2 was released within the last few months, but I'm assuming you may have access to Nano Banana 2. Maybe you don't through the desktop application. You can create and generate videos with VO, and that's it. I think that's it for this video. Yeah, some frequently asked questions, and I went over some of them. If you want more information, you can browse to gemini.google/Mac. That is this video pertaining to how to install and use Google Gemini Artificial Intelligence Apple Macintosh desktop application. Adios!